Hi everyone, welcome back to another episode of NXT Review. I, as you no doubt have guessed, am Chris Morpheus. So I didn't do last week's, 2 weeks ago, the reviews, so I'm going to start there. 2 weeks ago, from April 1st, I believe, because yesterday's was April 8th. Was Velveteen Dream versus Bobby Fish, and the build-up from that is obviously Adam Cole said, "You're not worthy of my time unless you beat Bobby Fish," which Velveteen did pretty fast. There was a lot of grappling in that match. It seemed like they weren't really willing to put in a whole lot of effort, which is fine. I mean, that's what they do. And also, it seems like most NXTs now is like an hour or a little bit more than an hour, which is fine, I guess, considering the circumstances. Hi, JJ. Come on. Sorry about that, guys. Rico and Sereth were introduced as Bivens Enterprise, who's the black guy with the suit, and I think he's bald, and I think these guys are Middle Eastern. I'm not exactly sure. Introduces them and says they can't wait to beat up the Broserweights. The third match of the evening was Shotzi Blackheart versus Deonna Purrazzo. That was the beginning of it, but there was a lot of other competitors. So some information about Shotzi. She's got an amazing senton off the top turnbuckle. She's got a submission where she like underhooks your arms and then flips her body over and holds you, and she made a bunch of people submit with that. She made Xia Li submit with that. It was like a full Nelson into a flip over submission. She beat Aaliyah, and again, I don't know. She was in the women's classic. I forget. No, not Aaliyah, but the same elimination. Sorry, Kaden Carter is that person I was talking about. Did the same senton off the top rope. The sixth person from the complete gauntlet was Dakota Kai. Of course, she used her goon, Raquel Gonzalez, to interfere and help her win the match. Final match of the evening, Damian Priest, Dominik Dijakovic, and Keith Lee, which I had my United States, North American Championship. Sorry, not United States Championship. It's the North American Championship. It's completely different. Alright, so yeah, Dijakovic has an awesome corkscrew moonsault in the match. It looked like he wasn't going to get all the way around, and actually did. Did a moonsault off the second rope. Damian Priest, sorry, does that moonsault off the second rope, where so like 3 ropes, puts the one foot on here, and then flips over. It's really cool. Keith Lee powerbombed Dijakovic into Damian Priest. That was pretty cool. Things got out of hand, and eventually he did his finisher, the Big Bad Catastrophe. I don't know if that's what it's actually called. I just remember hearing somebody say that. So, alright, so that was April 1st. April 8th was the ladder match that Dakota Kai qualified for last week's match. This is for the number 1 contender's match against Charlotte Flair, which I don't know what they're going to do with that, other than the integration, because she's obviously keeping the title. So, they just moved up Bianca Belair, so I'm not sure if they're going to feud in several platforms or what's going to happen. There's a lot of funny points of this match. Dakota Kai gets Raquel Gonzalez to carry her up into the ladder. Robert Stone helps Chelsea Green to the rope by carrying her as well, because she was apparently hurt. There's a lot of jumps and bumps. For the most part, the match seemed kind of lackadaisical, not really memorable. Io Shirai was pushed off the ladder at one point and stayed on the top rope and then jumped out and hit everyone in the ring, or outside of the ring. Io Shirai ended up winning this match, which is cool. Good for her. She earned it. Apocalypse video showed again, and they actually show the person now, so I'm not sure if that's an ongoing thing that they're just going to keep doing, or they're actually going to reveal him soon, because it's been almost a month. Adam Cole addresses Velveteen Dream, saying you got lucky. You know, the lightning never strikes twice. So, oh, sorry, that's Arquette. He says, I don't care what happens for the future, but he said, lightning doesn't strike twice. I already said that. Johnny Gargano got dropped off angrily by Candice LeRae, suggesting some kind of altercation or anger or anxiety of some kind. Triple H meets Johnny Gargano in the ring, where Tommaso's already waiting for him. I guess it's the undisclosed location that he texted everyone. A really cool bump in this match. There you go. A really cool bump in this match is Tommaso Ciampa suplexes Gargano into the pole corner. Literally picks him up, has him up, and then just goes bangs him into the thing. It was really cool. A really funny point in the match was Johnny Gargano said, "Oh, so how many injuries did you have again?" And he had the chair, and he hit him in his labrum on his wrist, like his arm area. And then he hit him where the torn ACL was, and then he hit him in the neck. I thought that was a really funny little thing. This whole turnaround is one of the best role reversals from good guy to bad guy, and bad guy to good guy. Tommaso Ciampa was considered the bad guy pretty much this entire time, up until a year or two ago, where the roles reversed and Johnny became the partial to fully bad guy. It's been a while since I've seen this. I can't think anything of recent memory off the top of my head, but I know they exist. I know it's not just the one thing. So I didn't really care who won the match. That's what I was talking about earlier. Both of these guys are just really good at what they do. To be able to be a bad and good guy, I guess simultaneously almost, depends on how you look at it, which was another cool part of the ring. The hit on the head with the trash can land after Johnny Gargano jumps. So he slingshots off the top rope and comes down, but as he comes down, he gets hit in the head by Ciampa. That was a cool spot. He's done that before. He showed in the highlights. Head over on chair. Oh yeah, he put his head around the chair and thrown into the ring pole. There was a point where he put the chair scissored and then threw him onto the stairs, but this time he threw him into the pole, the same pole that he suplexed him into earlier. Ciampa ends up cutting the ring wiring, exposing the wood on the ground, which is really cool. They eventually get out of the ring, and some really kind of questionable camera shooting by film crew, because when you zoom in, and it's alright, so when you zoom in and you do all the time, it's really annoying. So I'm just showing that as an example. Some guy had it on full zoom and was recording for a couple minutes. I don't know if they're trying to do the edgy, oh god, we don't have really footage or any more camera guys for this, but it was strange. They ended up hitting each other a bunch of times on the top of that truck. They end up somehow getting back to the ring. At some point, Tommaso grabs Johnny's neck and leg and does that dive that he did at War Games to Adam Cole off the top rope when they were in the ring onto the ground, which looked like a really huge drop, but again, a camera angle kind of showed it, but kind of didn't really get its full capabilities when it could have. Candice LeRae comes out and interferes, saying, "I hate my husband," kicks Gargano in the nethers. Tommaso then, consoles Johnny, saying, "I'm sorry, Johnny, I'm really sorry." Candice comes back and then kicks Tommaso in the nethers. I think at some point Johnny Gargano had the rubber cup, and he said he was showing it to Tommaso Ciampa, saying this had to have hurt a lot more than it would have hurt me. And he was wearing a cup, so I guess suggesting that Ciampa wasn't wearing it. And he said, "See, I guess manipulativeness gave Tommaso Ciampa the fairy tale ending, which is his finisher." Basically, they played Tommaso. They were in this together, so I guess Candice LeRae is a heel now, or they're going to be called up or something. Because before the NXT ended, they were saying, "Hey, did I do good?" And, or she was saying, "Hey, did I do good?" to Gargano, and he's like, "Yeah, you did great, you did wonderful." And then they pan to Ciampa just kind of laying there and not really moving. Throughout the match, they also hit the referee a few times. I don't know if that was planned, but this concludes my weekly review of NXT. See you guys next week. Hopefully, I bet you guys are wondering what this is. This is a Keith Haring painting. This is where I infamously recode one of my favorite pieces that I blew up to a mega scale and use as my backdrop. But I will see you guys later. Until next week, goodbye.